Happy Halloween, guys. It's HALLOWATCH Day 31, and we've arrived at our destination. Can you believe it's actually here? I think I'm equally excited and disappointed, because in less than 24 hours, it'll be over. Every year, it seems the wait for October is endless, and then October arrives, and it flies by. In fact, it flew by so quickly that I did not even have enough time to watch everything I wanted to watch and feature everything I wanted to feature in these HALLOWATCH videos. Over the course of the month, I thought a lot about it, and I couldn't quite decide which movie would be my featured pick for Halloween. And along the way, while deciding, I showed many worthy choices. And now that Halloween is here, I've decided that my HALLOWATCH Day 31 picks are those titles that I either didn't have a chance to watch or didn't have a chance to feature. But don't worry, I'll still have a main movie pick and main TV pick in this video. But first, The Forgotten. Starting with the movies, we have E.T., an absolute classic. I know my buddy JR, Brother Peanut Butter, featured this in his 31 Days of Halloween video yesterday. We all know what E.T.'s about. We all know the classic Halloween scene in this one. I always think of the kid dressed up as Yoda. For some reason, that scene always comes to mind. And it's a movie that I definitely considered featuring over the course of these 31 days. I just didn't have a chance to. Next up is Donnie Darko. Another one JR featured, and it's the perfect choice for the Halloween season, because ultimately, the movie ends on Halloween. Then we have The Crow. This would have been the perfect choice for my Day 30 HALLOWATCH video, and originally, that was my choice. The Crow takes place on Halloween Eve, basically, the night before Halloween. So, from the get-go, this was going to be my HALLOWATCH Day 30 pick. And somehow, it got bumped. But here it is now. Then we have Under Wraps, the very first Disney Channel original movie. This one actually takes place on Halloween night, so again, it would have been the perfect choice for HALLOWATCH. Ernest Scared Stupid. This is probably my favorite of all the Ernest films. It features Ernest using Milk and Miak to battle trolls who are turning his friends into trees on Halloween. Next up is Happy Hell Night. It's another Halloween slasher film. I showed a few Halloween slashers over the course of the month, but I just didn't have a chance to get to this one. Then we have The Fear Halloween Night, which is the sequel to The Fear. This one is a sequel that takes place on Halloween. It's a really cool movie. I did have a chance to watch this one, but I just didn't have a chance to feature it. Here's Fun Size, yet another one my buddy JR featured in his videos, and I actually showed this one in an update the other day, along with The Funhouse Massacre, which also takes place on Halloween. Very cool. Here's one I've owned since it was released, and I've never watched it. The House is October Built. I know I need to change that. I've heard great things about this one. There's a sequel for this one now, which I've also seen around, but I haven't had a chance to pick that one up since I still never watched this one. Eventually, I will get to it. Maybe next year. The Barn, I bought this one earlier this year in hopes to watch it before Halloween. But I still haven't done so. I still have tonight, though, and this quite possibly could be one of the films I watch. As well as 1031, about which I keep hearing so many great things. I really intend on watching this one tonight. My buddy Nick, the Last Shoegazer, and I were trying to figure out a time to post our reviews for this film at the same time. So I told him I would try to get to this one. I know my wife wants to watch it as well, so this is a definite possibility for Halloween night. And this one I will almost definitely be watching tonight. It's Baron von Laffo's Halloween Spookathon. I got this one from my buddy Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and I have been wanting to watch it since it arrived. It looks so awesome. You guys know I mentioned the WNUF Halloween special yesterday. I just love, real Halloween specials and movies made to look like real Halloween specials. And that seems like what this is. So I know it's pretty short. I believe it's about an hour or so. Yeah, 62 minutes. So as I said, this is probably one I will definitely be watching tonight. And now, guys, my main movie pick for HALLOWATCH Day 31. Halloween 2018. I mean, come on. It's the perfect choice. Today is literally Halloween 2018. Now, I know I mentioned this in my HALLOWATCH Day 19 video, since that was the day that Halloween was released in theaters, and I saw it that day. But it wasn't my official pick for that day, so here it is now. I'm sure you all know what it's about, and I'm sure most of you have probably seen it by now. It's 40 years later. Laurie Strode is still dealing with the trauma of that Halloween night in 1978. Just as she expected would happen someday, Michael Myers escapes. And he's 61 years old at this point, I might add. But that doesn't stop him from continuing his Haddonfield killing spree on Halloween night. You'd think Laurie would move away, far, like in Halloween H2O. But I'll talk about that and more in a possible review video for this film at some point. And since the Halloween franchise retconned their own films, I will also be doing a retcon of my Halloween franchise ranking. So stay tuned for that, someday soon. But I do need to say, for those of you who somehow still do not know, this movie right here, Halloween 2018, ignores all of the past sequels. It is a direct sequel to the original film. I don't know why, but it is just so frustrating to me that people don't understand that. They made it very clear. Those sequels no longer exist in this universe. I hate seeing this movie reviewed poorly simply because people don't understand that fact. They're questioning why Jamie Lloyd isn't mentioned. They're questioning why John Tate, played by Josh Hartnett in Halloween H2O, isn't mentioned. I mean, first of all, those two didn't exist in the same Halloween universe anyway, so I don't know why that's even an issue. And then people are also mentioning the fact that, Michael was burned at the end of Resurrection and then came back to life. So how is he in an asylum now? The fact that they specifically state this takes place 40 years later didn't give it away. I mean, come on. Resurrection wasn't 40 years ago, people. Sorry for the rant. Like I said, I will be discussing this one more in a possible review video as well as my retcon ranking of the Halloween franchise. But lastly, I also want to say, how often do we have the opportunity to watch a Halloween film on the big screen on Halloween night? If you don't have any other plans, that may be something to do. I mean, Halloween films have been released over the years, but not all of them actually get released in October. Some of them are actually released in the summer. So here's your chance. If you want to see a Halloween film on the big screen, especially if you haven't seen it yet, tonight's the night, people. It's Halloween 2018. Go see Halloween 2018. It's my HALLOWATCH Day 31 pick. And now for my forgotten TV picks. We have Mad Monster Party, which is a Rankin Bass classic. My buddy Jason from Horrific Nightmares did feature this one in his videos this month. Charles in Charge has a very fun Halloween episode in the first season. This was before the family switch. Doogie Howser, MD, had a season 3 episode that wasn't necessarily a Halloween episode, but it featured a mummy. It's a really good episode that I was going to feature along with Under Wraps. I would have put those two together in a HALLOWATCH pick. But I couldn't get to Under Wraps, and I couldn't get to Doogie Howser. My So-Called Life also has a really good Halloween episode. For fans of this series, I'm sure you remember it fondly. Buffy the Vampire Slayer also had a very memorable Halloween episode in which the town is cursed and everyone starts becoming their Halloween costumes. So whatever you're dressed up as is what you become. It's pretty cool. Here is a Masters of Horror episode directed by Don Coscarelli, who is quite possibly my favorite director. This is Incident on and Off a Mountain Road. And again, it doesn't necessarily state that it takes place on Halloween, but it was aired right before Halloween, on October 27th, I believe. This was actually the very first episode of Masters of Horror, and there are some great Halloween inclusions in this. There's pumpkins, a scarecrow, that sort of thing. It definitely has a good Halloween atmosphere. But my official HALLOWATCH Day 31 TV pick is Parenthood. I might get some laughs for this one, but this is a really good series. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend it if you like sort of, family dramas. And, it's not like overly dramatic or anything like that. It's just a real life family show. I often compare this to Modern Family, whereas Modern Family is a sitcom and this is more of a drama. But it's really just a show about an extended family. And gives you a good feeling. You know, it's a warm type of show. Along with other great holiday episodes, which I will be featuring in future videos, Parenthood has a really good Halloween episode in Season 2. The episode is simply about the family going trick-or-treating together. All of them. They all have great costumes, but best of all, the neighborhood where they go trick-or-treating is just so incredibly decorated. I wish all neighborhoods decorated for Halloween this way. The Parenthood Halloween episode perfectly represents the fact that Halloween is about atmosphere and nostalgia. JR and I were recently discussing that Halloween for us is more about that. You know, it's about growing up and what we knew Halloween as children. It's not about gore and cheesiness and gratuitous nudity found in other horror flicks that we love. It's about that nostalgic feeling of growing up. And I think you'll notice over the course of this month, a lot of my picks reflected that. And the same could be said about Parenthood, which is why it is my HALLOWATCH Day 31 TV pick. So that's it, guys. HALLOWATCH is over. My Day 31 picks are Halloween 2018 and Parenthood. I've had so much fun filming these videos and watching your videos. Next month, I will probably be doing a 10-day leading up to Thanksgiving video series, like Thanksviewing, something like that. And of course, I will also be doing a winter watch in December, sort of like the 25 days of Christmas. But between all of that, I will also be doing my regular video series, like rare movies not on DVD or Blu-ray, random rarities, updates, all of those. So, one last time, I leave you with a list of some of my friends also participating in this 31-day challenge. Happy Halloween, everyone, and now back to our regularly scheduled programming. Thanks for watching.